Hey everyone, it's Lexi, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about meditation and how to meditate. So first of all, I wanted to start by saying that there are lots of different types of meditation. The one I'm going to talk a little bit about today is the more spiritually based meditation, because I often talk about the difference between prayer and meditation, and how prayer is when we speak to the divine and meditation is when the divine speaks to us. So that's when we receive the messages, we receive the guidance, we receive the peace, we receive the stress release. It's all about us. No, I'm kidding. But in meditation is when we're receiving, okay? So spiritually based meditation is what I'm going to talk about today. And first of all, I also want to say, no, this is second of all, I guess, that there is no right or wrong way to meditate. So if you're trying, you get points, okay? And a lot of people, unless you've lived underneath a rock all this time, we've all heard about the health benefits to meditation. So there's a lot of great reasons that are good for you as to why you might want to include meditation as part of your daily health regime, okay? So try and do meditation around the same time every day. And if you don't do it every day, if it's only 3 times a week or whatever, try and pick the same time so it becomes more of a habit that's easier to make it part of your regular daily life. So try and pick around the same time. The next thing that you want to pick for your meditation is a location. And it doesn't have to be, all zen over by the lake or in a park on the grass. It could be at home. It could be in your bedroom. It could be in the living room. It could be in the bathroom. Whatever's accessible to you that is free from distraction, okay? Because you don't want people calling you and knocking on the door and talking to you and your phone buzzing. You want to be free from distraction. Even when I have meditation circles here, I ensure that there's not going to be any kind of distraction here, because the point of it is for us to immerse ourselves in meditation. So distraction free, okay? Same time every day, distraction free. Next, we want to get comfortable. So we don't have to be sitting in the lotus position, cross-legged, crisscross applesauce. It doesn't have to be that way. It's whatever's comfortable for you. You could be sitting down, you could be lying down, or you can be crisscross applesauce. It's whatever works for you, but you want to be comfortable, okay? You might want to use a meditation pillow. You can't see that I'm sitting on one right now, but you want to be comfortable. I also recommend, and you might not hear this a lot, is do a couple of neck stretches, maybe some shoulder rolls, because you're going to be sitting there for a little bit, okay? And you don't have to be there for hours. I mean, people go away to meditation retreats where they're meditating almost the entire day, 4 hours, 8 hours. It doesn't have to be like that, okay? It could be, you could start with 5 minutes each time and then increase it up to 20. I say on average it's about 20 minutes that you're like average, regular, everyday person who has a 9-to-5 type job, doesn't have a whole lot of time, maybe has a bunch of kids. 20 minutes a day actually is doable once you make it a habit. Okay, so same time every day, we're gonna get comfortable. Oh, and I also recommend having an intention. So what do we want to get out of this meditation? Do we want to let go of some stress? Do we want to experience more happiness, more joy? Do we want to attract something into our life? Maybe some, additional funds coming in? What is it that we want to get out of this meditation? Okay, for some people it's just relaxation. Some people it's to connect. Okay, I want to receive a message from my spirit guide. I want to receive a message from my guardian angel. Okay, so have an intention of what do I want to get out of this meditation. And before you get into the deep breathing and the grounding, you also want to decide what kind of meditation you want to do, in the sense of, am I just going to sit there quietly, or am I going to use a mantra? Now, I typically recommend a mantra if you're just starting, and also if you've got a really busy brain and it's difficult for you to shut that off and it's just going everywhere. And when your mind is wandering, that's okay. Okay, you can be like, okay, my mind went there. Thank you. Now I'm going to bring it back to the intention or the mantra. So don't be so hard on yourself, okay? It's okay. Our mind wanders, all right? You can even fall asleep in meditation. That's okay. That's even better. because then you're completely relaxed. And our subconscious is receiving the messages from the divine. So there's no right or wrong way here, okay? But if you decide to use a mantra, you can tie it in with your intention. So it doesn't have to be Om. It doesn't have to be. That's an easy one. And it's just keep repeating it to yourself. It doesn't have to be for a certain amount of time. You'll hear that, a lot of monks say their prayers and their mantras 108 times. You can do that and be counting each time, but you don't have to. You could just say it as for a timer, a set amount of time. You set your timer for 5 minutes, then you will use that mantra for the 5 minutes. So decide on the intention and decide if you want to use a mantra, and it doesn't have to be Om. Om is just easy, and in case you're wondering, it is believed that when the universe was created, so when there was a big bang, the sound that was made of the universe being created was Om. Okay, so that's kind of a little background on where that came from. And it doesn't have to be an Om Shanti 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 or anything like that. It could just be your favorite quote. It could be what you want to manifest. I often talk about people, the one mantra that I had for myself when I felt that I was going through financial struggles, it was money comes easily and frequently. Money comes easily and frequently. So it could be something that you want as an intention, something that you hope to achieve. It could be, like I said, your favorite quote, be the change you want to see in the world. I have this here. It says, we are one. So that's another good one if you want to try that. It could be whatever your intention is, right? It doesn't have to be anything crazy. And it has to be a flow from you, so you don't want it to be too complicated. Once you've got that set, you've got your intention set, I'm going to use this mantra. I'm going to be saying Om for 5 minutes. Then let's get right into it. So in this spiritual type based meditation where we're opening up our crown chakra to receive all that loving guidance and those messages from our spirit guides and those manifestations of our intentions, then it's important that we get grounded into this earth, okay? And grounding also works if you're a very anxious person. So if you're having a panic attack and you need to do a little calm down, grounding is really great for that as well. And it's part of mindfulness meditation as well, where you're becoming aware of what's around you and grounding yourself. So that this is also helpful in anxiety as well. I'm being called that I might be doing a video on that as well, as I get asked that a lot about anxiety and calming the brain and yourself down. Okay, so in grounding, I've spoken about this in a lot of my videos, where you want to visualize yourself being grounded into the earth. Now, what does this look like? It's different for a lot of people, but the one that I'm going to talk about is very common, and that's when you're closing your eyes and you're visualizing roots that are growing from the bottoms of your feet and into the ground and solidly grounding you into that earth. You're kind of being anchored in like this strong, tall tree, okay? So when you close your eyes, you're going to imagine these roots that are growing from the bottoms of your feet and into the earth to ground you in there. This is when you want to start some deep breathing. Now, to remember that you breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, I have this little trick that even worked with my kids, is smell the flowers and blow out the candles. So you're smelling the flowers and blowing out the candles. It's really easy to remember that, but some people are like, am I exhaling through my mouth? Am I inhaling? What am I? Don't make it complicated. Deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. I recommend 4 seconds on each. Okay? All right, so some deep breaths, and do about 4 of those deep breaths at the same time that you're visualizing yourself being grounded into the earth. Now, I go a little step further here where I imagine, what do the roots sound like when they're growing into the earth? Like, are they making a sound as they're making their way through the dirt? You could do that. And another thing that I sometimes do is I imagine with my breaths, each time I'm breathing in and smelling the flowers, I am sucking in the earth's grounding energy. I'm imagining that these roots have grown so far into the earth that we're now at the earth's core. There's all this beautiful grounding energy from the earth, and every time I breathe in, I am bringing in that energy through my roots. Okay, so you could even go that far as to imagine that. Oh, hello, Luke. So that is, no, Luke, not right now. Go lie down, sweetie. Go lie down. Go. So it's important that you do this grounding before you open up that crown chakra, because when you're opening up the crown chakra, we are inviting in the divine white light, and we're inviting our guardian angel or our spirit guide, and we want to connect with source. So it's very important, because there's a lot of negative energy out there and a lot of toxic things out there, that we ensure that before we open up our crown chakra and start receiving stuff, we ground ourselves and we shield and protect ourselves. Okay? Shield and protect ourselves to make sure that none of that toxicity or any dark negative energies or entities are allowed into our bubble. And you can imagine yourself in a bubble, in a beautiful white bubble, a purple bubble, shimmering gold bubble. You can imagine yourself in a tube. Okay? You're like in like Star Trek type tube of shimmering white light, where you're protected to ensure that only that is of the greatest good comes through. Okay, I like to visual myself in a blue light. Okay, an indigo, royal blue, a cobalt blue. The reason why I visualize mine as blue is because I work with Archangel Michael, and Archangel Michael's aura is this blue. Okay, and Archangel Michael is the archangel to protect us, from fear and anything dark and anything negative. We call upon Archangel Michael to shield and protect us every time that we work here in Archangel Wellness. So that's why I imagine it as blue. So you've done your grounding, you've done your deep breaths, you've done the shield and protect, and now we visualize our crown chakra being opened up to receive the divine white light and receive this guidance and the manifestation of our intentions and the messages and all that. So if you've chosen to use the mantra, remember to set yourself a timer so that you know when to release the mantra. And once you've released the mantra of meditation, then we want to always come from a place of gratitude, and we want to always say a thank you for this beautiful meditation and for everything that I received today. Okay? The point of meditation is to ground and center yourself and let go of all that is not serving you. Okay? And again, I've mentioned this before. Check out the guided meditations out on YouTube. There's lots of fantastic ones with the intention of, I want to meet my guardian angel, I want to meet my spirit guide, I want to heal my broken heart, I want to forgive my XYZ, whoever. There are specific meditations that guide you through that intention. Okay, so if you're just starting off, try those guided meditations. They're extremely helpful to help us release all that is no longer serving us and allow us to receive everything that is going to be for the greatest good. So I hope this helps a little bit. Just quickly again, you want to try and do the meditation every single day at the same time. You want to make sure that you're comfortable and maybe do a couple stretches, and you want to set an intention for your meditation, and you want to ground yourself and remember that deep breathing, and you want to shield and protect yourself, and then you want to open the crown chakra, and then we're going to say our mantra the whole time, or we're going to listen to our guided meditation, or we are just going to be mindful of everything that we hear and feel. If you need to go back to my video on how to receive messages from angels and spirit guides and ascended masters, right? Go back to that video to remember the tips on how you can receive those messages and the different ways that they'll communicate to you. So you could just sit in silence and just be mindful of everything that you think and everything that you feel and everything that you hear. Feel, hear, I think that's it. So be mindful of that. And remember, there's no right or wrong way to meditate. And if you have more questions, you know how to get a hold of me anywhere on social media at RK Angel Wellness. If you would like to join me for Meditation Circle, please reach out to me and I'm sure we can make something work, either through my online Skype sessions or here directly at Beautiful Archangel Wellness. Until next time, angel hugs, angel blessings, and we'll talk to you soon.